you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good afternoon. This is the Radio Main News, the headlines. 4 passengers sustained serious injuries in a road traffic accident. Luansha district has successfully held the 2026 delimitation district sitting. And Palestinian Authority in dire straits as Israel's hold on West Bank deepens. This bulletin is also streaming live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. 4 passengers sustained serious injuries in a road traffic accident which occurred on February 20, 2026 around 13 hours along Sokolo Road opposite Chingwere School in Materu Township in Lusaka. The accident involved Joe Sichula, age 22 of Materu, who was driving a Toyota Hiace minibus registration number ACJ 6483. Zambia Police Service Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi says preliminary investigations indicate that the driver lost control of the vehicle while it was in motion. He says, fearing for their safety, passengers jumped from the moving vehicle through the passenger door, resulting in 4 of them sustaining serious injuries. Mr. Chilabi says that police have established that the driver is unlicensed. He added that the injured passengers were rushed to Materu Level 1 Hospital, where they are currently admitted and receiving treatment. In the meantime, police in Kafue district recorded a road traffic accident in which passengers sustained minor injuries. The accident occurred today, February 21st, 2026, happened yesterday rather, February 20, 2026, around 13 hours along the Kafue Chirundu Road, approximately 30 kilometers south of Kafue town. The Development People's Party, DPP, has slammed the UPND administration's address on national values and principles, calling it empty rhetoric that ignores the struggles of Zambians. DPP party leader Kafla Muvanga says government is more focused on the 2026 elections rather than the daily survival of its citizens. Dr. Muvanga condemned the government's approach to social vices, saying high divorce rates, teenage pregnancies, and substance abuse are not just moral failings, they are economic symptoms that stem from poverty and inequality. He emphasized that free education is hollow if children attend school on empty stomachs, highlighting the need for economic empowerment. The DPP defines patriotism as a government that protects its own, not just paying taxes. It's not patriotic to squeeze the last ngwe from a struggling marketeer while giving tax holidays to foreign mining giants, Mwanga said, slashing at the government's economic policies. He pointed to statutory instrument number 68, which he claimed sidelines local small-scale miners and contractors in favor of foreign interests. The party questioned the government's priorities, saying increasing National Assembly seats is job creation for the political elite amidst a debt restructuring cloud. He says, and I quote, "We don't need more politicians in Lusaka. We need more doctors in clinics and extension officers in frames." End of quote, Mulenga stressed, calling for practical solutions to Zambians' problems. The 40 million kwacha CDF allocation is a campaign slogan which stalled projects and invisible ambulances in rural areas, Mulanga said. UPND aspiring candidate for Munali constituency Biswell Mutale has applauded President Hakainde Hichilema for his inspiring address on national values and principles. He says the president's commitment to addressing social vices such as alcohol and drug abuse, teenage pregnancies, and gender-based violence resonates deeply with the people of Munali. Mr. Mutale commended the UPND government's efforts to promote patriotism and national unity through local content policies and the CDF. He says the increased budget allocation to CDF from 1.6 million kwacha to 40 million kwacha will significantly benefit the community, empowering youth, women, and vulnerable groups. Mr. Mutale says the president's focus on education, health, and water is commendable, and they look forward to seeing these initiatives transform lives in Munali. He added the fight against corruption is critical and crucial, and he commends the president's efforts to recover stolen assets and bring perpetrators to justice. Luancha District has successfully held the 2026 delimitation district sitting at which stakeholders agreed to divide Luancha constituency into two constituencies and move Maposa Ward from Roan constituency to be part of the newly created constituency called Baluba. District Electoral Officer D.O. Collins Ndilema presided over the 2026 delimitation district sitting, whose delegates were allowed to make presentations proposing the wards and boundaries of the new constituency, whose name was finally agreed upon as Baluba constituency. After a protracted debate on the names of the proposed constituency and parent of constituencies, the delegates agreed to have Roan and Luansha constituency respectively to remain with their old names due to its historical significance. Luansha constituency, the parent of the proposed Baluba constituency, was not spared but divided to create Baluba. The newly proposed Baluba constituency is made up of 8 wards, namely Chawama, Maposa, Fisenge, Buteke, Mpelembe, Baluba, Twashuka, and Chitwi, while Luansha constituency will be consisting of Buntungwa, Kamuchele, will be consisting of Wutungwa, Kamuchanga, Mwaiseni, Mulungushi, Zambezi, Mikomfwa, Levichito, Mipundu, and James Perry. Roan constituency will now have Maposa ward sliced off from it and remaining with 13 wards, namely Kawama, Lumumba, Nkoloma, Kafubu, Chilabula, Kafue, Justin Kabwe, Nkula Mashiba, Mpatamatu, Miliashi, Ngebe, Kansengu, and Buyantanshi, and a new population of 63,993. Luansha district has a population of 212,000 people. The proposed 3 constituencies divide the entire population of Luansha into 3 segments, with Baluba having a population of 66,854. Luansha constituency, which has currently a population of 142,402, while Roan has a population of 70,662. Earlier, the stakeholders listened to presentations from District Electoral Officer Mr. Ndilema, who is also Luansha Town Clerk, and further Electoral Commission of Zambia National Trainer Jonathan Piri guided the stakeholders very well on the modalities of the delimitation. During the presentation, Mr. Ndilema enlightened the stakeholders of the importance of delimitation and on how to enhance democracy, transparency, development, and legitimacy of the electoral process, among others. This is according to a statement issued by Gideon Tolle, Public Relations Manager. And in other news trending this afternoon, the executive director of Operation Young Vote Case Nyirenda has called on government to demonstrate its commitment to preserving freedom of assembly and association ahead of the 2026 general elections. The development expert Charity Musamba has called for the effective implementation of government measures to curb gender-based violence in Zambia. And in foreign news, with Israeli settler violence surging in the occupied West Bank, Al Maghei, northeast of Ramallah, has found itself in the front line. It faces regular incursions by the Israeli army and has seen farmland seized by settlers who have built new outputs. Mazak Abu Naim from the village council says the settlers aim to force out Palestinians. They are doing it silently, not they are doing it silently, not openly. It's true, but this is annexation. We can't reach out to our lands. Sitting among green rolling hills studded with olive groves, most homes in Al Magay are in an area where Israel's military controls security, but the internationally backed Palestinian Authority should provide basic services. Increasingly, though it cannot, it is wired in a deep economic crisis. And in sports news, the National Olympic Committee of Zambia has intensified its preparations for 2026 through a series of strategic planning meetings involving key commissions tasked with shaping the organization's direction for the year. The Safe Sport, Technical, Marketing, and Financing commissions recently met to define targeted action points to advance sport development and enhance support for Team Zambia. The Technical Commission prioritized expanding athlete participation in major competitions, stressing the importance of early planning and closer collaboration with national federations. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Lusaka in southern province, including the eastern parts of northwestern province, partly cloudy, windy at times, and mild with isolated rain. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made